If you look for truth, you may find comfort in the end. If you look for comfort, you will not get either comfort or truth, only soft soap and wishful thinking to begin, and in the end, despair. Christianity, if false, is of no importance, and if true, of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important. Aim at heaven and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth and you get neither. There are two kinds of people, those who say to God, "Thy will be done," and those to whom God says, "Thy will be done." I believe in Christianity as I believe that the sun has risen, not only because I see it, but because by it I see everything else. God cannot give us a happiness and peace apart from Himself, because it is not there, neither is no such thing. If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. Failures, repeated failures, are finger posts on the road to achievement. Only fails forward toward success. Friendship, if unnecessary, like philosophy, like art, it has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that give value to survival. We all want progress, but if you're on the wrong road, progress means doing an about turn and walking back to the right road. In that case, the man who turns back soonest is the most progressive. Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point. Look for yourself and you will find, in the long run, only hatred, loneliness, despair, rage, ruin, and decay. But look for Christ and you will find Him, and with Him everything else thrown in. If you read history, you will find that the Christians who did most for the present world were precisely those who thought most of the next. It is since Christians have largely ceased to think of the other world that they have become so ineffective in this. It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It would be a jolly sight harder for it to turn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present, and you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary decent egg. We must be hatched or go bad. We are what we believe we are. The safest road to hell is the gradual one, the gentle slope, soft underfoot, without sudden turnings, without milestones, without signposts. The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. Affection is reasonable for 9/10 of whatever solid or durable happiness there is in our lives. A man can no more diminish God's glory by refusing to worship Him than a lunatic can put out the sun by scribbling the word darkness on the walls of his cell. You can't get a cup of tea big enough or a book long enough to suit me. When Christ died, He died for you individually, just as much as if you'd been the only man in the world. It is so much easier to pray for a bore than to go and see one. Of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive one. Miracles are a retelling in small letters of the very same story which is written across the whole world in letters too large for some of us to see. Has this world been so kind to you that you should leave with regret? There are better things ahead than any we leave behind. If the whole universe has no meaning, we should never have found out that it has no meaning, just as if there were no light in the universe and therefore no creatures with eyes, we should never know it was dark. Dark would be without meaning. Some people feel guilty about their anxieties and regard them as a defect of faith, but they are afflictions, not sins. Like all afflictions, they are, if we can so take them, our share in the passion of Christ. Satan, the leader or dictator of devils, is the opposite, not of God, but of Michael. Joy is the serious business of heaven. We must show our Christian colors if we are to be true to Jesus Christ. The future is something which everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes an hour, whatever he does, whoever he is. History isn't just the story of bad people doing bad things. It's quite as much a story of people trying to do good things, but somehow something goes wrong.